everybody. It's Joanna, Jo Marie Sky. I'm here. I'm going to record a reaction video. If you didn't see my video on North Korea and the oppression, I do ask that you watch that. I apologize for the poor quality. I was using a new editing app, and turns out that it wasn't as easy as I thought. So I had to record my video, re-record my video. I had to go through so much to the point that I had to settle with being able to upload on 420. Like, it was horrible, but I tried my best. I worked so hard. If you didn't watch that, please watch that. um this reaction is gonna be on 10 everyday things that aren't legal in North Korea. um is from the richest. You should subscribe to them. I will definitely leave the link to this video in the description box below. And here we go.
North Korea. To an outsider, this secretive state doesn't really make a lot of sense. In fact, to prove this point, quite a few activities and pleasures most of us indulge in on a daily basis are off limits in Kim Jong-un's country. From clothing to haircuts to travel, the state controls pretty much everything. Step out of line in North Korea and as you'll see, the man will come and take you away. So, comrade, be sure to pay attention to our video and answer our quiz that will be asked during it. We expect every citizen to do their part and get the answer correct. As always, we need to know that you are with us, so make sure you press that subscribe button.
Yes, make sure you subscribe to them. They're awesome. Their channel, is so awesome. They have so much informative things. So much. I'm very into research and learning about a lot of stuff, and they have it, guys. So, okay, here we go.
We can continue to send you the best daily propaganda. We mean videos. Let the spectacle commence! Sightseeing. Every year, millions of people take a break from work and head out on vacation. If you're like us, even a weekend road trip can be a nice way to briefly escape the office or the bustle of the city. Hopping in the car, you can drive pretty much anywhere, on any highway, or down any side road as you explore the vast countryside. In fact, traveling around and taking pictures of pretty much anything is a standard and legal activity. This is not the case in North Korea. Tourists who travel to the authoritarian state are not free to do what they want. You are allowed to travel only down permitted roads and always with some form of guide who is sanctioned by the government. See a nice landscape you'd like to take a picture of? Don't even think about it. Odds are anything with a camera was confiscated before you left the hotel, and taking pictures of most things in North Korea is off limits. Stray from the state-permitted travel routes or snap some unsanctioned photos and you'll likely be fined and spend a good chunk of your time being questioned if you're lucky.
Wow, being questioned just for snapping a photo that they do not approve of. You will be sanctioned. You will be questioned. You can even be thrown in jail for that. Talk about strict. And you can't even walk on your own. You have to have a guide 24/7. Like, imagine having your stuff confiscated before you, on your vacation, having your stuff confiscated right before you leave the hotel room. Oh my goodness.
Religion. Freedom of religion is something most of us take for granted. After all, you can go to a church pretty much anytime, anywhere. You can carry your own copy of religious text, like a Bible or Quran, and even talk openly about religion to others in your home or in a public place. This is something which is totally legal and common in most countries. Then there's North Korea. Since the state is officially communist, it should also be atheist and care little about religion. Not so much. You see, over the past decade, more than one person has been arrested and imprisoned for religious reasons. For instance, visiting pastors have been held because they were believed to be trying to convert North Koreans or spread dissent. One man was even arrested and held after he left a Bible in a nightclub. Experts agree that the North Korean leadership views religion as a threat to its control over the people. Therefore, any discussion of God or religious teachings are seen as potentially destabilizing to the rule of the country.
Nope, you gotta praise your leaders in this
holidays.
one. You have to praise your leaders
Even if
in
you're
this.
not the religious type.
I'm sorry, I just have to say this. In this country, you have to praise your leaders. Your leaders are your God. And if you disagree with them with even a little bit, that can throw you away in jail for like years. I mean, hard labor.
Are that during certain holidays, you throw up a few decorations. Take Christmas as an example. While this winter festivity is based on religion, many families celebrate the season by throwing up a Christmas tree, covering the house in lights, and maybe putting an inflatable snowman or two up in the front yard. In the United States, activities like this won't get you locked up. In fact, they even have competitions to see who can be the most outrageous. As you can imagine, North Korea is a far different story. Real-life Grinch Kim Jong-un took it upon himself to ban Christmas, so any lights, any trees, and any sort of manger scenes will likely end up with you going to jail. Have no
Wow.
fear, however, Kim replaced the Christmas festivities with a new holiday. Instead of good old Saint Nick and Jesus, late December is now the time of year the state allows people to celebrate Kim Jong-suk, the grandmother of the current leader. Conveniently,
Oh no. No. I'm sorry. I cannot. I mean, I celebrate Christmas because I am a believer of Christ, and I always teach my children we give gifts because of the ultimate gift that God has given us by sending his son Jesus Christ to die on the cross for our sins. So Christmas for me and my household is about Jesus, is about the free gift of salvation that we receive because of Jesus' birth. I cannot imagine being taken away from me and celebrating his grandmother instead. Like, that is crazy. And even for people who are not religious and still celebrate Christmas, imagine you're celebrating a lady. I mean, celebrating his grandmother. You're all of that festivities is taken away, and you're just celebrating this leader's grandma. I mean, that's crazy. Christmas is like the best time of the year for the U.S. I mean, and for many countries. I cannot imagine that being taken away.
just happened to be born on Christmas Eve, so there's no need to reschedule anything.
Sorry
But
about the
consider it.
fan, guys.
Jeans. When it comes time to update your wardrobe, or you just feel like buying some new clothes at the mall, we bet some of your time is spent trying on new jeans. Whether for daily wear or even work, jeans are definitely an important part of Western culture and fashion. You likely don't even think twice about buying and wearing a pair of these rather common pieces of clothing. In fact, the only time there are remotely any legal issues involving jeans is when the fashion police need to be called in because that top does not go with those pants. Anyway, North Korea doesn't have that problem. You see, jeans are just plain illegal in this Asian country. Don't believe us?
Wow.
Just look at all the footage that comes out of there. Yup, everyone's wearing dresses that look like they are from the 40s.
Can you imagine? Whoa, first of all, I hate dresses and skirts. Can you imagine, guys? Like, oh, sorry about this. Can you imagine not being able to wear jeans? Especially for us, like, women who like to wear jeggings. Can you imagine that being taken away and having to wear only skirts? And the kind of skirts that they approve of? I wear jeggings all the time. Like, those are my go-to. I cannot, and my pants, I cannot imagine living in a country where I can't wear anything but skirts. And then, like, those type of outfits that they approve of. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. And to be thrown in jail because you own one, that's crazy. Oh wow.
Worker outfits, or military uniforms. Not a pair of jeans to be seen. This is because jeans are a symbol of America and all its evil. Where a pair
America and all its evil, when this guy Jin Kim-un is the evil of this country, this poor country. I mean, this country needs to be set free. Oh, wow, it's crazy how oppressed he has these people.
of these imperialist pants into North Korea, and we bet you get thrown in jail and have your jeans confiscated.
Yep.
We bet being in a North Korean jail with no pants is a rather unpleasant experience.
I mean, jail
Television.
jail in the U.S. is freaking luxury compared to jail in North Korea. I mean, they pretty much leave you half to death, and they don't care. They will still torture you, starve you, and make you work to death. It's crazy.
Being able to turn on the television and have access to hundreds of channels is something most of us take for granted. Sure, most of the channels are terrible, and we never watch them, but still, having that level of choice is nice. In fact, many providers offer a wide range of foreign channels from French to Portuguese. Nothing illegal about that. If you find the choice overwhelming and hate keeping track of more than a few channels, well then maybe North Korea is for you. It's reported that the state runs just 4 channels, so the option of what you're watching tonight will be pretty simple. Most of the coverage is state-sanctioned news and propaganda, but if you're lucky, you might catch one of the educational segments covering the life of Kim Jong-un or his relatives. If this gets tiresome, don't bother trying to get South Korean television signals or bootleg copies of programs through the black market. These are illegal. Get caught with any...
Can you imagine South Korea? Their freedom is just across a bridge. And they can't even get there. And they can't even enjoy anything. Imagine getting thrown in jail for enjoying something that you like to watch. I love watching Friends. I cannot imagine going to jail because I watched the episode of Friends. Like, guys, this is big.
programming from outside the country, and you'll face fines, demotions, and hard labor as punishment.
Hard labor, guys.
Okay, time for our North Korean quiz. What famous food enjoyed by Americans on a daily basis did former North Korean leader Kim Jong-il claim to have invented? Think about your answer, because incorrect responses will result in some much-needed re-education. Outside communication. We use the internet for news and entertainment, and with smartphones we can even call anyone, anywhere, at pretty much any time. Nothing illegal about that. We think you know where we're going with this one. Given North Korean leaders are desperate to control what information gets in and out of the country, telephones, smartphones, and the internet are kept under incredibly strict control. In fact, there is no real internet in North Korea, as no one can log on and enter the World Wide Web. Instead, there is a government-created and controlled intraweb, which allows people to access government-approved content. We imagine this means there are no cute YouTube videos of cats and dogs, just endless images of the dear leader visiting military units and watching missile launches. Officials actually tell the people that this is so that citizens in South Korea don't get embarrassed by how awesome North Korea is. Additionally, even if you see
awesome North Korea, I mean, like, these people are brainwashed to believe that North Koreans are the happiest people on earth, guys. With all the oppression, starvation, and all the, like, all the rules, all the, oh gosh, I don't even know what word it is that I'm trying to get to, but, like, imagine all the rules and everything, all the oppression, like, all of it, and they're supposedly the happiest people on earth. Can you imagine, like, can you imagine that? It's crazy. I'm sorry.
Something awesome online, you can't call a friend about it because your phone is closely monitored. Sending or receiving a call across the border is a serious crime and likely to end with you in prison after being accused of spying. Can you hear me now?
Accused of spying? Imagine for calling a family member. Imagine you calling a family member in Puerto Rico or in Dominican Republic, a different country, and you're accused of spying. That's crazy.
Mourning. Passing away is a natural part of life. Whether family members or celebrities, when someone goes, it can be a sad time. Naturally, we enter a period of mourning, and that can be a bit different for everyone. However, there are no laws or legal obligations that we must stick to during this time. Then there's North Korea. Imagine having people watching you during a period of mourning and judging on whether you are sad enough or not. Apparently, that happens. When a major political figure in the North kicks the bucket, it's usually a pretty major event that is highly choreographed. After the passing of Kim Jong-un's father, Kim Jong-il, the nation observed a set period of mourning. However, it also saw some strange unofficial laws come into effect. For instance, if you weren't visibly upset enough, there was actually a chance you could get sent to a prison camp. There was also a report that an unofficial drinking ban was passed during the period of mourning. Those who were caught drinking were arrested, imprisoned, or even faced worse fates. Adult.
Imagine, I mean, there's people who don't cry, like, who feel all their sadness inside. So imagine you didn't cry for your leader, because even if you were to be sad, which, I mean, who will want to be sad over a freaking dictator passing? But imagine if you were sad. Okay, you're sad, and you're not crying because you're not the type that lets your emotion out by crying or something, but you're hurting inside. You're not sad enough, you're thrown in jail. Wow.
Content. Whether you're into it or not, there's no denying that adult content is legal in most countries in the Western world. You can buy magazines in convenience stores, there are dedicated video stores for that genre of film, and don't even get us started on the selection of toys. Ugh, thanks to 50 Shades of Grey, there's even an ever-growing section of erotic novels. Sure, you aren't going to go walking down the street reading the latest adult magazine or pop in a movie at work, but it's not like you're going to get arrested and sent to a labor camp for looking at most of that stuff. Try any of this in North Korea, however, and you are in big trouble. Anything related to pornography is
What?
completely banned, and the police will definitely take you away if you're caught with it. Don't believe us?
Sorry.
Well, even one of Kim
Screenshot.
Jong-un's girlfriends wasn't immune to the law in this instance. Accused of making a racy bedroom
Sorry
tape,
about that,
Kim's
guys. I'm
ex
trying to make
was
a
made to
screenshot.
disappear for quite some time. We're sure it had nothing to do with the fact that she was famous for her hit song, Excellent Horse-Like Lady. You can't make this stuff up.
Wow.
Leaving the country.
Ridiculous. I'm
So
sorry
you've
about that,
decided
guys.
You can't take
I so needed to get that screenshot for my thumbnail. Sorry. Thumbnail.
any more of these ridiculously harsh North Korean laws. Good for you. You've packed your bags, plotted out which country you plan to move to, and are all ready to leave. There's just one massive problem. You aren't allowed to leave. While in countries like the United States, travel within and outside the country is permitted, in North Korea, the state controls all travel. Anyone leaving must gain explicit permission, and that is usually limited to government workers and anyone with ties to official North Korean business. The government doesn't want its regular citizens leaving for two reasons. First, it would be impossible to track the whereabouts and activities of so many people
Control.
outside of the country.
It's all
Second,
about
once
control.
outside North Korea, the government has no control over what people read, see, or do. Having witnessed North Korean citizens and officials defecting or trying to seek asylum in foreign embassies, the state is pretty much willing to put you in a gulag if it will stop you from trying to leave.
Wow. So there's no
Hairstyles.
leaving. No.
The next time you
Can you imagine, guys, like being born in North Korea? There's no leaving. I feel for these people. I mean, these people need to be freed. Like, there needs to be an intervention. Something needs to happen.
head out onto the street today, try picking out how many different hairstyles you can see on
Sorry,
different
let
people.
me
From shaved
go
heads
10
to shaggy
seconds
hair.
fastest. Hold on.
Hairstyles. The next time you head out onto the street today, try picking out how many different hairstyles you can see on different people. From shaved heads to shaggy hair to interesting dye jobs, we bet you can't keep track of all the various styles. Want a green mohawk? Not a problem. Sure, it may limit your chances of getting that job, but it isn't illegal. In fact, it would likely cause a civil war if the US government started telling its citizens how they had to wear their hair. Fortunately, employers in North Korea don't have to worry about dealing with any job applicants who are sporting outrageous dues. You see, Kim Jong-un has stipulated that there are 28 allowable haircuts. We're not kidding. There are 18 and 10 state-sanctioned styles for women and men respectively. If you think that sounds limiting, it gets even worse when you know that married women have even less choice, as they are instructed to keep their hair short. Single ladies, however, well, you can go wild by having shoulder-length hair. Interestingly enough, nowhere on the state-sanctioned list do we see Kim Jong-un's hairstyle.
No, of course not. Of
All right,
course
do you
not.
have an answer to our quiz? Which famous food enjoyed by Americans on a daily basis did Kim Jong-il claim to have invented? The answer? The hamburger. Yes, the
Really?
former North Korean leader supposedly came up with the idea, which he dubbed double bread with meat. We think we'll stick with hamburger for now. So, that's the end of our video for now. We bet you might just be reconsidering that special spring break trip to Pyongyang now. Well, if you want to learn a little more
Pyongyang,
about
yes.
the strange country, the
Pyongyang is the only place. I mean, this is the 10%. Only 10% of North Korea lives in Pyongyang, and these are for the privileged, the special, the picked out, the privilege. Okay, so that's living in. They pretty much have you living in, you know, in their best, showing you their best. That's it.
just definitely has you covered on all things Korea. Just check out some of our other
Okay, first, thank you so much for watching and sticking with me while we were. I'm sorry, while reacting to 10 everyday things that aren't legal in North Korea. Like, this is ridiculous. This country, like I said, is so oppressive. I got into this country and I had to know, like, everything there was about it. And, I mean, it's so disgusting. It's ridiculous. A trip down there is so dangerous. I mean, you have to be on your ultimate best behavior. And any little thing, like, any little thing that they think is disrespectful towards the leader can get you, as an American, in jail, sent to prison, hard labor. Yes. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what Trump can do or whatever will try to do to get you out of there. It's not gonna happen. Well, yes. Thank you so much for thank you so much for watching with me. With this reaction video, I will leave the description, the link. I mean, in the description box below. I will also, if you can please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. That would mean so much to me. Trying to get 1,000 subscribers, guys. If you can please help me out. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Like, that helps so much. And comment, even if I don't